Hi, this is Dr. Alan Whiter from Massage Chair Relief, and today we have invited Bobby Peloquin he's a customer of ours from our California store, and Bobby purchased the Infinity Smart Chair X3, and he has been kind enough to be willing to be interviewed about his experience, about his chair, et cetera, et cetera. So Bobby, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here with us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Well, maybe we could start off by maybe you just telling me or telling us a little bit about your shopping experience. Like, not just that I'm sure you didn't just think, I'm going to buy a chair today, go down to the store, buy a chair. Tell me a little bit about the process that you went through.
Yeah, so I love massages. We get them all the time, me and my fiance. I had no desire. I didn't even think of getting a massage chair. You know, the last time I saw one was like Brookstone years ago, and you jump in at the mall and try them, right?
Yeah.
So what happened was I have 2 herniated discs. I'm an athlete, still play sports, and I have a lot of pain everywhere. We have a couch that was just giving us a lot of problems. We were going to get a regular just couch, and then somehow I got, I came across some massage chairs. So I started doing a lot of research. I mean, I went through, I can't tell you, probably every brand out there, every model out there. And then I stumbled upon, your guys' site. Being in Southern California, that was really attractive to us. So we went down, wanted to try it out in person. And then, yeah, we met Mike. I don't know if he goes, I forget, is it Mike or Michael does he go by? But it was just a great experience, at the store and working with him just to really understand what our needs were, why we were using it, what our, really why we needed this chair and what we were using it for. But overall, I mean, the experience was really good. And the massage chair, I mean, we love it. Like, we use it all the time. It's probably use it more. This old man body.
You're home more?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Do the interview from there, but I figured this was a little bit easier to film. But yeah, we basically, Mike really just helped us understand the pros and cons to each.
Mm-hmm.
I would say from my experience, he really did a good job pointing that out, because I think each chair had its pros and cons. There's benefits to each.
Yeah.
And he was just good to work with him and really get a chair that made the most sense for us and within the budget we had.
I take it you didn't feel pressure from him, and that's something we kind of pride ourselves on, not to make people feel obligated to buy or put pressure, and I hope you felt that way when you were there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Now, from the start, like from the first time you thought about getting a massage chair to the time you actually bought it, what was that time frame? Do you remember? Like, was it months? Was it?
It was probably, it was a good couple weeks at least. It wasn't that long. We were like every day. I needed to make a decision, so we really kind of just dove in and did our research. We went around to a couple places local in LA. And we actually were gonna buy a chair from a place down the street, and it was about I think it was like a $3,000 chair. And we ended up, that's when we came across yours. So for several weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks, we were researching, like I said, we go to a couple places, we tried them. And then once we found yours, we just felt comfortable with the knowledge. We felt comfortable with Mike and just the whole experience.
Now, the chair, now you said you had you had back surgery, right? Was that, or herniated discs? Was that in your low back?
Yeah. So L4, L5. I've had this. I was a baseball player in college and then played some low-level pro ball. And I've had it since, in my 20s, and it's progressively gotten worse. I play hockey still, football, basketball. I recently tore my ACL playing basketball. So I have pain everywhere. I have pain like everywhere. I think my ears right now are working.
I love how people get injured playing non-contact sports like basketball. In hockey, we don't get hurt, and I'm excited to hear that you're a hockey player. I noticed you have the Bauer hat on, which is
hat on. My hair is very long right now. No haircuts with the
well, I've got Bauer skates, so I couldn't help but notice the logo.
Yeah,
but
nice.
Now you mentioned that you had. Well, you mentioned you had the herniated discs. Now, did you have it? Were there any other symptoms you were trying to take care of with the chair? Like maybe your fiance had something. Were there any other issues that you had, health issues?
Yeah, definitely. So the herniated discs were a big part. And, to be candid, I wasn't expecting a miracle with that. I'm not a doctor, but from my understanding, working with, or going to many appointments with doctors on my back, it sounds like it's more the jelly in there. So what I was hoping to get out of it, one of the reasons why we got this chair is because the extension this model, the
Stretch
yeah,
program.
correct. Yeah. So originally, like I really wanted, because it's low and it's more in my glutes. I really wanted the butt one with the L track as opposed to the S, but or the vice versa. I got that right. Yeah, I have the S, but I just thought the extension would make the most sense. But the other symptoms. So I have 2 torn shoulders, 2 torn rotator cuffs and labrums in both. So I was hoping that use it for that. Just general pain all over. My feet. I have really bad feet, so that I absolutely love the rollers and getting in there. And then my fiance works in the restaurant industry, so she's on her feet all the time and has back pain as well.
So do you feel like the chair has addressed a lot of those things? I'm wondering about the shoulder, maybe not so much the shoulder, but how about everything? How's it helping?
Yeah, and so to be candid, like it's helping, but it's not a miracle. Like I love it. I'm in it all the time. I use it every day. It's wonderful after a workout or just a long day or when I'm feeling pain. I'd say it just helps me get, have less pain during the day. Unfortunately, I still can't do like the things I want to do. Like yesterday, I picked up a slam ball and did a little too much, and my back was absolutely killing me. But I got in there, did the extension stretch, and today I feel a lot better. So I it's not like the magic bullet, but for people with back pain that is like constant, like I have, anything that helps is you're thankful for it.
You just kind of add it to your armamentarium of therapies, and it just kind of adds to the whole experience. Yeah. I've seen some cases where people have like instantaneously had pain go away, but when I was a chiropractor, that did not happen a lot. It usually takes time, and it takes it takes a life to screw up our backs, and so it's not going to go away overnight for those of us that are older. But anyways. Did you notice anything else from the chair? Like, we got it for the back pain, we got it for the feet, but, I noticed also that we felt this. Did you notice anything like that, like sleeping better or more energy or more range of motion?
You know what? It's hard to tell just because, with my ACL surgery, I'm just coming off that toward the end. I still got a couple months left, but my whole body's just kind of out of whack. I can't do all the things I can do yet or normally can do. So I can't say that I've noticed other areas of improvement, but I will say I use it just to sit in and watch. I love the zero gravity. That's one thing I was excited about, just to, space out, put on. I have this app with like the nature and spa music and, waves. So I like hooking it up to that and just kind of like zoning out, especially late at night. Turn off the lights, get a massage, get in your little zone and relax. So I think it certainly doesn't, while I can't prove it's helped sleep, I certainly don't think it's hurt my sleep. I think if anything, it's helped, and it's just nice to go to bed doing that as opposed to like, being on the phone or stuff like that.
Well, we were involved with a study that was done at Weber State University up here in Utah. And the guy bought some chairs, we provided the chairs, and then he was testing everybody it was a stress clinic, it was a stress center. And they tested every person that came in, pre and post massage. They tested their stress levels, they tested their pulse, blood pressure, and in every case, the pulse and blood pressure went down and the stress levels went down. So it seemed to do a lot of good, in a way that maybe, not necessarily back pain or neck pain, but it helped relieve stress and relax people.
And that's actually why I think I got it, because I'm a big believer in stress. I mean, you're a doctor, the stress is such a huge part of, your health ailments, I think, pain, just general health, mental and physical. So that was something I was excited about. I think like that is definitely true. And as you know, I work in research and love research. So I like hearing studies like that. I would say that sounds probably accurate. I think that I bet that's where we're getting like less pain during the day and being able to, just live a little more normal life. Because I think that's what's happening. While it's not necessarily curing my herniated disc, which I didn't expect to, it's given me that relief and relief of stress.
Yeah.
I
agree. And, one thing that these chairs do is they like if you go to a chiropractor or a physical therapist, the motions they give you, gross motions, like they'll move your whole back, they'll move your neck, But what these rollers do is they will introduce motion to each segment of your low back. And these discs that you have are kept healthy not by blood supply, they're kept healthy by movement, by the disc squid like a sponge up and down. Right. And these actually do some good for those discs and for the imbibement of the disc. So maybe in the long run, maybe it will do some good.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm hoping. Now, the buttocks part, when I'm shifting side to side, I notice like I notice a pain, but it's almost like a good pain. Like it seems like it's working because it's moving, it's getting that range of motion, it seems. Would that be an accurate assessment of what the butt part does?
Well, you're talking about the swivel feature of the seat.
Yeah, the sway. Yeah. Is that helping like with my range of motion?
I think so. I really believe that because the low back is such it's a massive area, and there's bones and muscle and a lot of soft tissue there. It's hard to move that stuff. And so anytime you can relax in place and the chair just kind of passively moves you, I think that's a very good thing. So I think it's great. Yeah. And especially for you being as athletic as you are, I think it's mandatory.
Yep.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the pros and cons of the chair that you have. Now, you mentioned that you like this, what Infinity calls it an extension, but we just call it a stretch program. You love that. It sounds like you're kind of getting into the overall sway of the seat swivel. But tell me what else you like about the chair. You kind of really.
I mean, overall, it's a comfortable chair, I would say. Like I said, I love the zero gravity. I like, one of the reasons we got it is to be able to adjust with the 3D chair, being able to adjust the pressure. That was kind of important because my pressure is way different than my fiance's. So I definitely like that part. I think overall it's a comfortable chair. Like I said, I use it for that's where I watch TV because I hate my couch. We need a new couch. And I spend a lot of time in it. I work from home. We have an office in Hollywood, but I work from home every day. And I actually getting massages often. Like I'll be on a call and I'm getting a massage.
There's people listening to this pissed off now because that's what they want. They want to be able to work in the massage chair at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, tell me what else. Pros.
The roller feet is a big one. I love the feet. The cons, I would say. So the big cons are going to be the remote, and I knew this going in. I did my research. My expectations were that it wasn't going to be a great remote. The app is much better, not perfect, but we use that 95% of the time, the app as opposed to the remote control. But I think it's just, to be candid, it's a poorly designed one. I think it could definitely have been better. But like I said, I knew I was going to use the app, so it was okay. I would say the big one that bothers me is the pillow. It's, as much as I like it when it's on, when you're going back, especially when you get back to that zero gravity, it literally just slides off.
Yeah.
And really what it does, it makes that experience, it hurts the experience of massage because you're laying back and I'm literally having to I like having it there. And sometimes I'm watching TV and it just helps my head be able to see it at different angles better. But when you get back in that zero gravity, you literally got to hold it, Yeah. That I would say number one issue with it overall.
I've heard that before, and we've seen that in the showroom when we had the chair we've had that chair in our showroom for years, 3 different iterations of that chair. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing. And I don't know if you've tried it, but if you go in the back where the hose comes into the headpiece, and there's some soft linen material covering the hose, I think, and I'm not in front of the chair now, but I think you can move that, and so it extends the hose more. So the thing comes down further down your neck. Have you tried that?
I did play around with it. I want to say, I'll double check today. I'm looking at it now, but I can't see it. I want to say it was the longest it could go, but I could be wrong. That's a good thing to definitely check. And then,
check.
Yeah, that might, because that would certainly help if it's not all the way.
Yeah, because I've heard that before, and it's irritating. When I sit on it, I never use the headpiece because I want a strong neck massage. But I've heard that before, and so I remember in the showroom we tried it. It seemed to work, but it's been so long I don't recall now. But
I'm like you. A lot of times I will not use it. It's just there are certainly times that I like it. Especially like you said, if I'm watching something where it just helps give that angle a little better. but I do, I'm okay not using it. The other con would just be, I don't know if there's any back pads you can get, but when you're not using the chair, if I want to use it just as a regular chair and not use the massage part, the back isn't 100, isn't quite perfect for comfortability. I understand it's not meant to massage chair, so I just put like a pillow there, and it typically works pretty well.
Yeah, that's a good solution. That is a tough one because you got that roller track.
Yeah,
it's not being used rollers. It's just a big hole. It's not comfortable. I get that.
But that, like I said, those.
Well, I appreciate that.
Understand that one. I totally understand.
Well, I appreciate your objectivity. I like hearing the pros and cons of these chairs. As we mentioned when you and I, before we started recording, I prefer to hear both sides of the coin. I don't want to hear everything wonderful about a chair. I want to hear the things that maybe make it a challenge. Appreciate that.
It's the most important news is giving them the bad news, right? Like that's how you improve your product and make it better. So,
well, when you look at reviews on any product, I always go to I want to see the bad reviews. Those are the ones I'm after.
Always, and you can tell exactly, and you can tell a lot of times. You can tell right away if it's people that just complain or nitpicky, right? Like when you see a couple 1 or 2 star reviews and you read it, oftentimes you can get a sense: is it the product or is it the person? So I always, and that is one of the reasons I got this, because the reviews were good, and the ones that were bad were basically like, okay, you're setting the remote's no good. I get it. That's okay. I'm all right with that. So I did the same thing, and that was why I chose this chair. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we kind of went a little tricky there, but we got you now.
Okay, cool.
Advice you'd have for a chair? Any advice that you learned along the way that you might want to share?
Do the research. Obviously, I would say go to you guys. You know your stuff. What I really like about you is you really seem to care for your customers. You appreciate all the things you send and just making sure everything was good and we are happy. You guys seem knowledgeable, so of course I would recommend you guys. But I would say, do your research, try a bunch of chairs. Each one does have those pros and cons. For us, as I mentioned, the big decision was how do we outweigh the pros of like getting the butt, the L shape, and being able to get your butt, because that's where it really hurts the most, that low, versus like having the 3D and having the extension. So I think just ask a lot of questions. Do your research, definitely try them. Each one feels a little different. But I love them. I love massages. I use it often. So I
get that.
I'm happy. Like I said, it's all about expectations. Don't expect to have horrible pain and then you're running a marathon. It's
give it some time.
Give it time, yeah. But it's used often. If anything, I may use it too much, which is going to be a question for you. Can I use it too much?
No, the only thing about, let pain be your guide. If it's hurting you, stop. The only issue might be the chair. The chair might, if you use, like some people will use a chair 3 or 4 sessions in a row, and that can heat up the roller mechanism, and you'll sometimes hear a grinding sound. So that means you got to kind of let it cool down.
So we're starting to get that. I was going to ask you just this weekend. Over the weekend, we started hearing a sound from the roller on the foot. What do you recommend? A noise that's really irritating. Like I can't use the feet if my fiance and daughter are there, because it just it's annoying. It's pretty loud.
Annoying. Yeah, that one. I think that you might want to have that one checked. So I would call Infinity and have them, just tell them what's going on. They'll figure it out right away. If you need white lithium grease to lubricate it, that's easy. If you need a new ottoman or new rollers, they'll send it to you.
Okay.
But anyways, reach out to me after if you need some direction. If the phone number to call, they'll want your serial number from your chair, but they're good. They're a good company. They've got good tech support. They'll take care of you.
Yeah. It seemed that I think I called them because I was also calling the companies direct, like when I was doing the research, and they seemed like that. Yeah, I was impressed. That was part of my decision. Was they sound like a good company to work with.
Good company. I've done a lot of dealings with them, as I have with all the companies, the chairs I represent. They're all good people, but I can tell you Infinity's got a great customer support department. So, and then if they don't take care of you, or you feel like the ball's been dropped, you get a hold of us and we get involved. And they always respond to one or both of us. So yeah,
Cool.
we're there.
Will do.
Well, Bobby, you've been great, man. Thanks for this time. This has been a great interview. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Great to meet you, and I appreciate all the chair and your guys, just like I said, following up and being a great company to work with, to buy from.
Well, thank you. And likewise, your
property and get an Airbnb, and I was already telling my fiance to separate ourselves with an Airbnb. It would be cool if we have a massage chair for somebody to, they see that on an Airbnb listing. I think it'll give us an advantage over non-massage chairs.
Amen. That's a good business idea. That's a good business idea.
So we'll be back here, and we'll be buying from you guys.
Well, we appreciate you a lot, and go Oilers and go Bruins.
These Oilers, we got to make. I'm hoping we get you back for the '80s, because Lord knows I wasn't happy 2 years. Those were heartbreaking years. I was a kid in the '80s, and those were tough years. We had no chance.
Well, for you to get back to against the Oilers have to get to the playoffs, and we never do. So you may never have that chance against us, but let's hope it comes soon.
Let's hope. And anytime you want to talk hockey, please feel free to shoot me a note.
All right, Bobby, appreciate it. Good to visit with you.
Yeah, you and your family. Thanks,
You
Doug.
too.
Take
See
care.
ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.